Hello, and welcome to the Introverted Manager. Today I would like to talk to you about error bands and how you can utilize them to highlight positive and negative difference between your actuals and forecast. Let's dive right in. This is what we will be building today. Some call it hills and valleys chart, where you can see the difference between, in my case, sales actuals and sales target. If actuals are above target, it's highlighted in green. If actuals below target, it's highlighted in red. Pretty straightforward. Previously, before introduction of error bars, you had to go through many hoops to make something similar. Here I actually have example that does not utilize error bars. And if we have a look, to produce this simple visualization, you needed 5 measures. 5 different measures set up in very specific manner to reproduce the chart. I will not be diving into that today because now we have error bars and it's way simpler, so we can see how to set it up using error bars. It's a functionality introduced, I believe, in the end of 2022, so there is no reason not to use it by now. So let's switch to error bars and see how it is set up. The data is quite simple. I have date table, I have sales table, and I have targets table. Simple as that. And there are a relationship between date, sales, and target. Now for the chart, I'm utilizing simple line chart with 2 measures: sales running total and target running total. Let's see how those measures are set up, although those are utilizing standard dates, months to date functionality or time intelligence function syntax. Now, for you to produce error bars in this way, you will need one additional measure, which is not highlighted here, but is used within the chart. This measure is lowest value. It's really simple. As you can see here, it just takes or looks at the sales running total and target running total and returns minimum value. Not the absolute minimum, but minimum out of those 2, in our case, for specific date, because we are mapping against dates here. You will need that measure, so create it and we can proceed to setting up error bars. Let me set it up from scratch. Bars 2. And for that I will use simple line chart. Let me add it here. For x-axis I will use date. For y-axis I will use sales and target RT. Okay, so now we have running totals mapped against each other. Good start. Still a lot of work ahead. So let's select the chart. Let's go to formatting and format those a bit to make it look a bit better. So for title, I will remove the title for now. For legend, I'll put it to the right, top right. I will probably change grid lines and remove them for now. And What else? Let's clean it up a bit more. So for y-axis, we can remove the title. For lines, we can switch colors. So for sales, for target, I usually select gray color. Let's do that. And usually make it dashed and a bit thinner to represent our baseline. And for sales, doesn't really matter. Let's put it dark yellow, dark-ish yellow. Again, doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have initial setup. Already looks much better. Now let's go to error bars and let's select sales RT, our actuals, and for upper bound, let's select lowest value, the measure that calculates lowest value. Let me find it here. And let's enable error bars. So that's what we see already, those two lines. So our actual is above our target, which means it has to be highlighted in green. Let's do that. Let's enable error band. It's already highlighted in orange-ish, as we established. So let's make it greener. Again, doesn't really matter in this case. Maybe a bit less. Transparent. Okay, already looks closer to what I showed you. Tooltip I will remove. And for bars, let me remove the shape. Let me put border size to 0. Make it a bit thinner. Maybe a bit lighter, so it's not as prominent. Okay, let's leave it like this. Now, you can see we're already halfway. Let's switch to, oh my bad. Let's switch to targets. Again, let's enable error bars, but now instead of upper bound, use lower bound and select the same measure. The same measure. And let's enable error band. It's highlighted in gray already. Let's switch it to red. Let's take this one, and it already looks quite good, actually. Okay, let's turn on the tooltip and let's navigate to bar themselves. Let's remove border size and let's make them a bit, yes, a bit lighter. Let's remove marker, maybe a bit darker. Okay. And here you go. Just in a few minutes, you already have this hills and valleys chart, which previously, before introduction of error bars, was taking way longer. Way longer. And that's all for today. Subscribe and see you in the next one.